Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Vagrus, the Riven Realms. We're still here at Flagatus Bridge. We're gonna ask around and see if we can find Jarek. So we can figure out Brutus's punishment, I assume. Moving leisurely through the lounge, you converse with courtesans, working girls, and boys. After having mentioned your conversation with Anastasia, most are unwilling to comment further, all save for a trio of women who interestingly seem to know him well. One woman, a youthful blonde girl with fair skin, wears a knowing smile when she speaks of Jarek, her eyes brimming with excitement and longing. According to her, he said something about a big card game at Cider's. Anything more she cannot remember. You thank the women for their intel and bid them farewell. Enjoy the do we have to go... Do we have to go gamble? I don't want to enjoy the carnal delights or buy your companions a good time. Return to the bar? Maybe the gambling den. Okay, put your wits and luck to the test and join one of the paid card games. Huh. Could do that daily. I did it and I succeeded. Drunken fools and their money are soon parted. We gained money. Well done. Could wager some money playing dice. We did that as well. Suck it, nerds. Anyway, talk to the two veteran card sharks, duking it out nearby about Jarek. You approach the two men standing patiently while they watch one another with increasingly grave expressions, seeking to read each other. One smokes from a large hookah pipe, and the other appears to be of Damahan descent, while the other is an older imperial man with bone-colored hair. The younger of the two looks up, a curious expression upon his face. "Can we help you, friend?" he says, a roguish smile emerging from behind a thick veil of smoke. You explain that you have come about Jarek, and the men's faces light up with recognition. When you ask where he is, however, they are a little too quick to declare that they do not have the faintest idea. Both return to their slow game, but it is there in the air, knowledge that you were just blown off without recourse, given weak accounts at best. Then it hits you. Perhaps these card sharks are looking to get paid. Intimidate the two! Or, with the help of a little coin, we could give them a silver. Intimidate them. Yes. Both men are clearly taken aback by your threats. You know what? I'll kill you. And as such, they size up your retinue. Only a few moments need to pass before they reach the obvious conclusion. You and your companions could dispatch them in seconds. There are a wealth of soldiers who serve the commander of Flagatus here, but despite being card sharks, they seem unwilling to gamble on the prospect that you are sane enough to care about that. As they think these things over, silence draws out until the Damahan breaks it, acquiescing in turn. "We were just having a bit of fun, Vagrus. No need to get so severe on us," he remarks, uncertainty in his eyes. "As you may have heard, there's a big game coming up. I'll be there, as will House Venari's best at Flagatus, Daria. A lot of money is going to be moving around, and I know for certain that bastard Jarek will be here. We have played in the past, and I've come out worse off, but this time I'll get him. He may be slick, but he has his weaknesses," the Damahan affirms, inhaling deeply from his hookah pipe. From his uneven tone, you wonder who he is trying to convince, you or himself. You ask the two men when this big game will be happening, and if it is possible for an outsider such as yourself to join. "Afraid not," the bone-haired Imperial replies. "Strictly invite only. Happens every Urkal. It does. Folks like to splash out. Day of revelry in it," he offers, pausing for a moment. "It's a long game, too, so it wouldn't befit anyone unfamiliar with it. Jarek usually rakes in a nice haul. Bastard. Wouldn't miss it for the world. Besides, I reckon it might just be your only opportunity to catch up with him." Having cowed the card sharks into submission, you leave with the information you need. Okay, return to the bar. When does this happen? To the den? No? Hold on. Tale of memory. Find Jarek playing the big game on the next Urkal. When is the Urkal? They didn't tell me. What? Is that a day? Hold on. Is that... Aha! I see! It is a... It's a day of the week. We are on Nya right now. I've never looked at this before. That's hilarious. So Imperatus, Mortis, Albia, Urkal, Solas. Okay, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4 days away. I don't want to just sit around for 4 days. Maybe we just like keep that in mind. Next time we come back to the bridge, we just have to be on the lookout for when we come here. Hopefully it lines up with being Urkal. But the reason I don't really feel like waiting around is I got a bunch of this stuff to take to Oilfield Duratin, Hacktarast, and then Karen Keep. So we're gonna do that instead. Sorry people. Oh, we can't leave yet. Never mind. Hey, I just left. Identify yourself. Exchange news, Renaris, and Stygius Lumber Camp. Those are not what we're looking for. We don't have any movement left. 7 days. And now we're on in Paris. 1, 2, 3. I guess we could wait. I don't know, man. We're gonna run low on supplies if we do it that way. I think we'll just wait. It's not a big deal. We gotta go see the coffee lady. One of these days I'll remember her name. It's not great considering I'm like flirting with her. Hold on. Lowering your comitatus into an expansive dust basin from which many wind-battered rock formations emerge, you immediately spy a seemingly bustling camp in the distance. Judging from the lay of the camp and the banners flapping in the desert wind, it seems that it is occupied by two distinct factions, Hanjari and Imperial soldiers. They are far enough away to divert your course without losing any time should you want, though it may prove wise to approach them. Why don't we approach them? Let's see what happens. Approaching what appears to be the most active side of the camp, you see two men in front of a smattering of carts, deep in conversation with one another. Judging by his elegant turban and generally suave manner, one is Tarkian, while the other man is dressed in a near-flawless toga, which is adorned with the legate's insignia. The garments cover his wide, plump frame. Behind them, workers hustle and bustle, loading large amphora and sacks of unknown contents into a large cart. Beneath a stylized and well-groomed mustache, the Tarkian's lips curl into a smile. He is the first to welcome you. Hail, Vagrus! I am Mahmud al-Radan of the Hanjari at your service. You are a Vagrus, are you not? The man raises his eyebrows, but it is not long before his companion interjects. I can smell one a mile off. Unmistakable, I'm afraid, he pronounces. But before introducing himself, Septimus Octar's friend, which brings you to our humble camp on this fine day. In the background, laborers continue to load up cargo into what looks like the Hanjari man's cart, judging from the markings. The efficiency with which everyone moves is an impressive sight to be sure. Inquire about trade in the trade prince in copper? Ask about the legate? Ask them about the goods they are loading up. Discuss the bandul. This is weird. Ask them about the goods they are loading up? The two men exchange looks briefly before the Tarkian shoots you that charming smile again. You're sure the man is very much used to relying on his charisma to navigate even the trickiest social situations. He inhales sharply before beginning. Oh, these? He says, gesturing the amphora currently being loaded into the carts. Nothing but the essentials, you understand. You see, the trade prince and the legate are on very good terms, though both prefer that some of the larger exchanges of commodities take place out of sight. That's why we're here. As for the goods themselves, they are fairly mundane. In fact, no doubt you yourself have carted many like them. Let's not worry about the particulars. I do detest administration, don't you? At that moment, just as he finishes his sentence, a man behind him collapses, all but dropping the large amphora he was carrying, and some of the contents spill out onto the arid ground. You cannot be exactly sure what they are, but it seems like the amphora contains several small sacks of fine granulated silver dust covered in grain. What? There is a certain sheen to the stuff which makes you sure it is not salt, though Mahmud is quick to admonish and kick the man who dropped it, insulting him in Tarkian before regaining his composure quickly. Look what you've done, fool! Clean it up before I have you lashed! He blurts out. Offer your own slaves to help collect the contents of the box. Do they get my slaves? Harvick gained loyalty. No, that shan't be necessary, but I do thank you, Vagrus. I must admit I respect a person who has their slaves under control. They must know their place, after all. He muses rather nonchalantly. In the background, the emaciated fellow who just took a beating at his master's heel is hurriedly scooping the silvery powder back into its sack, and before long he is hauling it once more to its place on one of the carts. Watching him go, the Tarkian's scornful gaze follows the man until the goods are safe. When he turns back to you, his smile reappears, forced though now it seems. Following up on his comment, he pushes the conversation back to you. Wouldn't you agree, Vagrus? Without discipline, without obedience, slaves are little more than chattel who drain our food stores. Avoid the question diplomatically, seeking not to cause conflict or disagreement. A consummate professional, I like that. But these are hardly the circumstances to discuss such things. Personally, I favor the warmth of camp at night for such philosophical discussions. Septimus seems to agree with Mahmoud's offhand comments. He nods along all the while. Weird. What are you doing? What do they have? What is this silvery stuff? Is that moon dust? How about trade? We are no simple merchants, Vagrus. We are no simple merchants, Vagrus, Septimus almost blurts out before stifling a chuckle. The Vagrus only wishes to facilitate the exchange of goods, my old friend. Are we so different? Mahmoud states rather plainly, raising his hands in a welcoming fashion. Let's just say that we prefer the trade of the bulk variety. Selling individual goods has its place, certainly among those of us in the cities. But we broker deals, Vagrus, as they serve our interests well. The wares here have all exchanged owners and are not for sale, nor are we currently interested in purchasing your undoubtedly superior goods. He wears a contemplative expression now before continuing. Were you to deal with the Hanjari merchants in Kabur, for example, I'm sure they could help you with many goods and equipment. They are the best outside of those in Tark, or more specifically, Radon, he says, a burgeoning smirk on his face. Septimus swears softly, but he does not take the bait. Huh. What on earth are you guys doing out here? I'm just gonna, like, cycle through everything here. Anything important? The legate? The Bandul? Nope. All right, well, have a nice day. Weird. That was, I guess that was just kind of some lore. These dudes be doing trading out in the middle of the desert. It's definitely shady as hell, but interesting nonetheless. All right. Restock. I'm not going to Fort Erebus, and I'm not going back to the bridge right now. But we should get supplies while we're here. 5 days? How far away are we? We have to go to the oil field first. Yeah, we're pretty far, so maybe it's a good idea to just get all the supplies they have. Even though it's kind of expensive. Exchange for news. The wrong oil field, because we need to go to Duratan. Okay. We have 2 workers. Let's get this slave because we're running low on slaves. And then explore the wilderness. Oh wait, I didn't want to explore the wilderness. I wanted to go to the encampment. Visit. What's her name? Tamara. That's right. Her name's Tamara. After checking that the entry is appropriate, visit Tamara in the chamber beyond. Soon begin conversing. We sit down with. Let's see. Should we talk about why she elected to go into the coffee business? Yeah. Talk about why she elected to go into the coffee business. When I was just a girl, my father, Mahmoud I just met that guy! Your father's like 2 days away in a hole in the desert for some reason. Sorry for getting excited. That was wild. I did not expect to run into the daughter of the man I just ran into randomly. That's wild. Sorry. When I was just a girl, my father, Mahmoud al-Radan, let me help brew coffee for him and his associates at business meetings across Radan. As I grew, so too did my ambition. After a while, I was the only one doing the preparations, and my father spoke of me with pride, always telling me that his partners had requested me personally. Of course, by this time I had come of age, and there was no secret to me, nor anyone else for the matter, that my exterior had sway. We Tarkians are no prudes after all. She smiles defiantly and shrugging. Don't misconstrue my words. I was never involved in anything sordid, but let's just say that beauty has its worth, especially when it comes to the business and men of the older variety. She rolls her eyes, frowning slightly. I suppose you could say we were thick as thieves, my father and I. I just didn't always appreciate the company. I've seen a lot of corruption in my time, Vagrus, and sometimes it was a little too much. So eventually I branched out, seeking further knowledge about how to perfect my skills as a connoisseur and brewer, soon finding a mentor worthy of my time. When father announced that it was time for us to find a new life away from Medan in the Bronze Desert, I knew the stage was set for me to start my own operation. It's been a rough ride, but I've no doubt it'll work out in the end. She intones almost mockingly, shaking her head before adding, it always does for me, though. She can't help but laugh a little at the end. All right. Interesting. Let's sit down and for coffee and a chat. Well, I do suppose I can make a little time for now, she says cheekily, gesturing to a nearby arrangement of settees. She says this every time we do this. I always forget what we've talked about and what we haven't. There's scarcely a lack of topics to discuss with her. Discuss botany and herb lore. Discuss her countrymen. Recount your ventures and exploits as a Vagrus. Oh, sick! We gotta tell this story because that was wild. Tell her about your meeting with her father. Oh man, that also seems important because I just met the guy. Let's talk about her father. Deciding what details you wish to include, you tell the story of meeting Mahmud along with his imperial companion and colleague Septimus Acarius. You speak kindly of her father and his relentless wit. Though you do not know him well, you got a sense of the kind of man he is. Tamara's visage is clouded, though there is a spark of longing in her eyes. Tell me, Vagrus, did father punish his slaves in front of you? Did he brutalize them for the sake of expedience? You speak of what you remember. Certainly, it was like 2 days ago. I can easily remember what happened. There was an efficient operation fueled by slave labor and a shipment that seemed to bear fruit. As to the details of what you saw, you tell as much as you wish, and after some time, she puts a pivotal question to you. And what do you think, Vagrus? Did you feel that Papa's treatment of the slaves was unjust and or unfair? Gods above, I know how he feels about the matter, but I'd be curious to hear your take. Let's see. You feel the way he treated his slaves was grievously unjust and overzealous. I would agree with that. Yeah, I mean, you gotta treat your laborers, like, regardless of, obviously slavery is bad in a modern context. But in this world, like, if you're gonna own slaves, I feel like it makes more sense to, like, take care of them, right? If you beat them up, they're just gonna do a worse job. You have no quarrel with Domini who wish to dole out severe punishments to their slaves. You prefer a more lenient approach. I think this is the answer here. You feel the way he treated his slaves was grievously unjust and overzealous. Tamara's full lips flourish into a rapturous smile. It's quite heartening to meet a kindred soul on this front. I am no lover of slavery, generally. Do not misunderstand me, Vagrus. I am no abolitionist sympathizer or an otherwise naive bird. I know the Empire's foundations are built upon the institution of slavery, both in life and even in death. But there is a way, there must be a way for the slaves of the realms to be considered with some dignity, some respect. That is why I revere those organizations that do not adopt brutal punishments for their slaves. Though I cannot truly begrudge all houses, I am not such a young pup that as to not understand why it is effective. I just detest it, that is all. Praise Anubis that you are not so cruel. Steering the conversation away from slavery and back to her father, you learn a great deal more over the course of some hours. It is a pleasant surprise to notice that her guard is down and that her words flow with a disarming sense of honesty and humor. Eventually, the conversation comes to a close. When all is said and done, Tamara collects your now empty cup along with her own, thanking you for the chat. As you bid her farewell, thus taking your leave, she has one more quip for you. I shall wait with bated breath until our next little rendezvous. Come visit me again soon, Vagrus. You tell her that you will, bidding her farewell. Are we gonna, like, try to get married? Or just be good friends? Who knows? Well, I like the funny little chats you have with her. All right, we've got supplies. We don't have a lot of movement left, so we should rest here and then just put our workers to work. Just get some money. It didn't work, and we lost vigor because of it. Oh man, the best laid plans of a Vagrus. All right, let's get our movement buff. And then Any food? There is food to be had in the desert. Not for us, but somebody. Straight north. And then I think we'll reach Durotan tomorrow. Yeah. Let's get our vigor back if we can. And then into the Durotan oil fields today. Huzzah! We dropped off the mercenaries and we got some... Oh, cool, we got rep with House Darius. That's nice. I was wondering what those mercenaries were going to do. Turn these in. And we would like anything for Hacktarast or Karen Keep. Shazgabat is a little out of the way. Like, we could make it work, but it's not a lot of money, honestly. Karen Keep it is. And that's kind of it. Let's reorganize here. Not a lot of supplies either, so we might as well buy what they have. And then I guess ditch one of these beasts of burden. And then, not sell. Fire these 2 workers. I don't own them. Alright, 30 fighters. And why did my combat strength go down by so much? Weird. Because remember we were above like 600? Those were the days. Anyway, holy crap! This guy wants me to take him to Kabur. It's 16 people though. That's a ridiculous amount of people. Maybe I had more passengers with... Oh, you know what? That's why. I think the mercenaries counted towards our thing. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Cargo looking good. All right, let's continue. I guess we'll rest here today. Don't work. We don't have the spare movement to work. And then on to Hacktarast. One of these days, maybe when we've got the gate fully repaired, I would love to do some runs where I just bring ivory and I think it's ivory and tin to Hacktarast to help them repair their oil pumps or whatever they are. I might do it just like that. That's probably something I'd just do off camera, is just run back and forth from the bone yard or whatever it's called that makes all the ivory, and then just deliver a crap ton to this place. Because I think it's 20 stacks that I have to deliver to Hacktarast, which is wild. That's an unbelievable amount of anything in this game. Right, send them out. Got 3 days of supplies left, so it's been a bit of a longer journey to get over to Hacktarast. I think they have supplies here as well. I think the nice thing about the Bronze Desert is everything seems to be like really well stocked from a food perspective anyway. Except the bridge for whatever reason. I've gotten into trouble going over to the bridge and Fort Erebus a couple times. Perform your inspection. Oh, interesting. Just as the guards begin conducting their inspection, you hear a ruckus in the distance. The sounds of a conflict that is at once underway filled the air, and the guards stop their routine search, drawing their weapons, their eyes weary but determined. Whatever is happening, it seems you are of no longer importance. Let's assemble your companions and assist the guards. Let's take our normal team, except get Garrick out of here. I don't know why it likes Garrick more than it likes Krifta. Krifta's a really strong companion, at least in my team. Follow the guards toward the center of action. You and your Komes quickly find yourselves deep in the Night Prince's Square, where the market is besieged by would-be assassins. The assailants are adorned in hooded cloaks bearing the colors of the Ahari. Though several Hanjari are already pushing them back, your companions manage to isolate a group that appears to be terrorizing a Tarkian merchant, and thus begins the bloodshed. All right. These guys are dangerous. Hey, get out of my crew! You guys are taking up all the important space. Do you guys have armor? You don't, I don't think. It says 0 for you guys. I can't imagine the, Well, this guy has 1 armor. The elite warrior does. The guy with the beard. All right, we can deal with 1 armor, but I think this is a good squad. Although, you know what? Let's take Elani out and throw Gorgoro out there, and then he can deal with the armored boy. All right, Krifta. Jeez, 9 crit is awesome. Don't you dare. That's my mage. Get him. Oh, I get to control you. Whoa, I don't even know what your moves are. What is this? Scimitar cut? Bloodletting slash? Tarkian archery. Curved bow shot. All right. Just slash this dude for 2. Axe this man. This guy has a weird expression. What is this? Slingshot, 4 to 5. Cranium shot, penetrating and overwhelming. Oh, it could stun. Oh, he's just dead. That's the best form of stun. Oh, you poked my tank. Poke this guy. He doesn't matter to me. He evaded me. But I think that knocked him out of his Overwatch, perhaps. And then he shot Gorgoro again. Very rude of him. Just take down the front line. Stop poking my people. Attack the people that don't matter to me. Alright, he moves. That's an interesting move for an archer to do, but okay. Go for just the normal cut. 2 damage. Double the fireball. You missed a guy. Rock attack. Oh, they're a little tricky to hit. Ah, the double fireball got you though. Haha, sucker. Hey, you did it twice, nerd. I guess we'll just attack this guy. And then again. Ooh, for 5. Rock attack. Hey, the rock. That guy looks very. Next time he attacks, pay attention to his expression. He's making a very funny looking face. All right, arrow. Oh, he finally shot in a deer. Gorgoro doesn't get to do anything over there. Oh, this might end. You know, I gotta show you this guy's face. So we're gonna throw the ward. Oh, well, okay. All right, watch him attack now. He looks so happy. He's like, yes, I love throwing rocks at strangers. He's in a great mood. When the last of the attackers are felled, you survey your surroundings, only to notice that all the other attackers are dead or fleeing as well. Your Komes and the surrounding guards compose themselves quickly, and in the aftermath, several Hanjari and Imperials approach you, offering their thanks. Hands are clasped, and both of your companions and the soldiers allow themselves a moment of respite. Haktarast is safe, at least for now. After gathering up any valuables the attackers left, you head back to the Comitatus and make your way to Haktarast Statio. The Ahari are mad, but we did gain, a bunch of stuff. I'll take it. Now, let's sell. This is not ours. Oh, the stuff we got must have been items, not actual goods. Turn this in. And then, do you guys have anything? I'm kind of thinking, obviously we have to go up to Karen Keep, but I was kind of thinking we could grab stuff for back to Cobber on the way. But maybe we do that on the way back down. 34 days until the Astrolabe is fully charged again, so we're close to halfway, but not quite. I'm assuming there's nothing for Karen Keep. Caverns of Largus? Oh, there is Karen Keep. Lo and behold. Of course it's a bunch of weed. Damn Loaders Guild, always trying to push weed on everybody. Alright, we got 8 days of food, too. Well, we should stay here since we have two movement left. I also really like coming to the Bronze Desert after I haven't for a while, and just like, rumors gets you crap tons of money just for having rumors. Very nice. I think we're doing good. We should just rest. Have our dudes do some work around town. Hey, success. Good job, team. All right, and then we will head to Karen Keep. Karen Keeps is like 3 days away from here? What the heck? Is it the... Ah, it's the Death Spike Wasp Nest. Burn the nest down? Garrick can use a gas bomb. What if we do that? You tell the grumpy dwarf to use his arcane technology to defuse the situation. Cursing, he walks up to the unfortunately stuck fellow and tells him to get ready, lights a bomb, and thrusts it into the hole next to his leg. As it goes off, the device covers an area in a noxious gas cloud. Oh. Sadly, the man whose foot broke the nest in the first place cannot move away fast enough, and he's stung by the agitated wasp before the gas kills him off. He dies mere moments later, a testament to the danger of these insects represent. Garrick just shrugs, saying he did what he could be done. Not wanting to stick around a moment longer, you give the order to depart. Alright, we lost an outrider. Does that mean it killed my horse too? Or just a guy? Sure did! It killed my horse! No! The horse is the most valuable part! Because the guys can be replaced, well, the horses can be replaced too, but the guys are technically on rent. I just have to pay them every once in a while. All right, don't use the gas. I could have told, I thought the gas bomb was a bad idea. Dreamwalker fanatics? You guys are so outnumbered. This is a wild idea. Let's flank. And then, honestly, we don't really need to fight them. Enemy attributes slaver. No, chase them down. Alright, we killed everyone. Good job. Give our people time to heal up. I hope you recover. You did, good. I don't like having to replace my fighters. I don't know how you guys got bodied. You should think about your lives. Don't send people out. Recover some vigor. That's the one danger about Garrick always gets hurt. Or no, that's Harvick. I don't know how oh my god, there's just a lot going on in the desert today. Moving forward with the eye on the horizon, you spot a formidable convoy in the distance. It appears to be a comitatus, replete with substantial escort, beasts, mounts, and all manner of carts. But for the time being, it is stationary. Though you cannot tell its affliction or its allegiance from here, approaching it would be easy, as they are directly on your path forward and seem to be going nowhere. Let's meet them. As you advance closer to the large convoy, visible signifiers emerge that identify it, bringing its features into full view. Their comitatus bears the banners and insignias of the Ratharnak Alliance, and as you draw closer, the full scale of their operation is brought to bear. You count a couple of slarods, a handful of mounts, and numerous carts brimming with cargo. There is so much cargo, in fact, that some of it has come untied. You soon smell the bulk of their haul, oil. These people are clearly transporting large quantities of the black gold. Many members of their crew hustle and bustle about the sizable column, Ratharnak agents, mercenaries, merchants, and workers among them. Allowing your gaze to sweep the area in a cursory fashion, you gather that something is amiss. You can see it on their faces of their crew, who seem to be hard at work on a solution. Not a moment later, you are hailed by a small entourage that rides out to greet you, at the head of which is, you presume, their Vagrus. They make no secret of their plight, going so far as to explain their predicament in full. Until they can sort and restock all cargo into safe and secure places, they will not be able to proceed. And as an aside, the Vagrus also offers the sale of some oil should you be looking to buy. Attack them and attempt to ransack the cargo. I don't think we really want to buy their oil. What if we just help them to sort and tie their cargo? We did it. They accept your offer, and a short time later, you muster all the expertise, knowledge, and know-how at your disposal to ameliorate the issue. Much to the elation of their crew and leader, your efforts are successful, and so they will be able to set out again very soon. Given the size of their haul or their shipment, your help is bound to save them a great deal of time and coin, and they know it. As a token of gratitude, those in charge offer up some amphora full of oil, showing that even these bleak lands are not without generosity on occasion. It would seem that Irifan, Saint of Roads, has smiled upon your comitatus today, so you offer his blessing before preparing to depart, and they reciprocate. Interesting. We gained some oil, and we got some rep with the Ratharnak Alliance. Huh. Alright. Dang it! You damn foraging idiots. I just wanted some vigor. All right, good job. Let's pause the episode there. If you guys enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more Vagrus, the Riven Realms, or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. That also helps me out a lot. But until next time, everybody, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.